Hey guys, I'm Jason, and during today's review, I have Fluffy with me, which I don't believe I've ever had Fluffy out for a review before. I don't think I pulled any of the snakes out on this channel, but I used to do this on Beyond the Realms. I have 6 snakes actually, and this is the very first one that I ever got. This is Fluffy. So, yeah, he was wanting out of his cage, so I figured I'd get him out and let him hang out. The film I'm going to be reviewing today comes from France. Now, we all know, French has had a majorly awesome wave of horror films in recent years. High Tension, Inside, Martyrs, to name a few. So this is their latest film, and this is, as far as I know, the first creature feature film that France has put out, and this is called The Pack. Now, this is a Region 2. I ordered this from Amazon UK. I don't believe it has an American release, a Region 1 release, so only Region 2 that I know of. This tells the story of Charlotte Massot. And she is just like a free roamer. She's roaming the countryside. It doesn't seem like she really has any real idea of where she's going. She's traveling down this road. All of a sudden there's these bikers that's behind her, and right at the same time she picks up this hitchhiker. And when she picks the hitchhiker up, she says, I'll warn you, if you take your dick out, I'll hammer you. To which he says, don't worry, it's too cold. It's just like a little added humor in there. The guy she picks up, his name is Max. And she basically just tells him, or he asks where are they going. And Charlotte just says, I'm going as far as these CDs take me.
He wants to go on the table.
On the driver's side, she has a pile of CDs that she's listened to.
Move that paper.
And on the passenger side, she says, when we run out of CDs, run out of these, we'll be where we're going. So really, just free roaming. So yeah, Fluffy here is going a little crazy, crawling on the table. Hey! Trying to climb under the table. No, that's not a good idea to let him go right now. He's too rambunctious. So anyway, they stop at this roadside diner place, and Max disappears. He goes in the bathroom. Charlotte doesn't see him again. And about this time, she runs into a town sheriff named Shinisky, which is there, which this is Philippe Nahon, which most of you will recognize as being the male killer in High Tension. She runs into him, and it's funny, he has on a shirt, real huge letters on the front, says, I fuck on the first date. Kind of strange for a police officer, but I guess that's how they do it in France. So anyway, Max is missing, and things start getting out of hand very quickly at this stop that they make. And before you know it, Charlotte finds herself at the mercy of these backwoods type crazy ass fucking people, and eventually she ends up becoming being set up to be food for these weird ass creatures that come out of the ground. That's the best way I know how to describe it. And the cover really gives quite a bit away. I mean, I'm not ruining anything by saying there's creatures in it, because you can see right there on the cover, big ass creature right there on the front. So I'm not ruining or spoiling anything there. Guys, this film, it's frustrating because I think that it had a lot of potential. I liked a lot of the ideas that happened in this film, but I just think that it was very poorly written and executed. There was so much more that should have been done with the story before they even went to production on this. It's just very weakly written. first off, the first thing that I noticed is it's a very worn out idea of somebody just roaming around on the roads and falling into the wrong hands of backwoods type people. I mean, it's been done so many times. That's the first thing. But the story does take some interesting twists and turns after that make it kind of unique. But as far as the creatures go, I didn't think that they explained enough. Like I don't want everything explained to me. I want some stuff left open, but they didn't hardly explain anything at all with them, where to the point to where it was more frustrating than it was likable for me. And they could have left it ambiguous like that if the creatures were, I don't know, if they were a little bit more scary. Like the creatures, they pop up and they basically just growl and howl at the moon, and they just didn't do much with them to make them scary or make them menacing. Like I didn't feel threatened by them, even for the characters at all. They were just kind of there really. And the creatures themselves, the first comparison I see right off the bat, it's very easy to see, is they very much look like the creatures from The Descent, except they're kind of eyeless. Like they're not really eyeless. There's holes in their face you see later on, but they kind of are almost eyeless like in a way. They kind of have these fangs that stick out of their face, but they're very much like The Descent.
He wants on the table. Oh.
I thought the film had good gore effects. Like there are some cringing moments in the film that pop up that work very well. Some of those effects work good. The creature effects work very well, and I thought the film does have very good atmosphere. I thought there's a dirty griminess to the look of the film. And it works. I mean, it really does work. It has a certain feeling to it and a good atmosphere. But, overall, just the story's just very lacking. But I thought the woman that played Charlotte, I thought she did very well. She was a good lead actress. There was, a believability factor to her and to her plight. Like, she made you believe it. She did very well in her part. Now, it's just hard to talk about too much of the story without ruining it. I don't like to spoil things, but just like I said, with the creatures, they just didn't explain enough. There just wasn't enough to latch onto to really get that moment where you're like, damn, this is cool. It was right there, but it wasn't enough, and I think that's where this film suffers. Now, how does this hold up to High Tension, Martyrs, and all those other French films? It's not even in the same ballpark in my book, and it's unfortunate because it had that potential, but it just doesn't live up to those other films. So, Snake here is trying to drink my beer. He's crawling all around the table. I know you can't see it, but pretty cool. But anyway, guys, with The Pack, I give it a 5 out of 10. I don't regret picking it up. I don't regret watching it. It wasn't a waste of time. It's just frustrating because all the potential was there that just didn't work out in the end. So I can only honestly give it a 5 out of 10. So, it is what it is. But, yeah, guys, that is The Pack. Like I said, it doesn't have a Region 1 release yet. But you can get it for very cheap through Amazon UK. I think I got it for like $7 American. So, I mean, it is very cheap. I actually love the cover, and I love the red packaging to it. Really cool. So, yeah, guys, that's The Pack. Check it out, the latest French film. And I hope you are doing well. Take care. Bye.